Crowdfunding is like an awful lot of sales things. It depends on something called identifying a pain point. This is some sort of agreed upon thing between the person being sold to and the people that are doing the selling, which is what crowdfunding is, and basically saying, we see what your pain point is, and this is what is going to address that pain point. Now, some of the most common things that you find usually involve, health, the ability to do certain things that for some reason are harder than usual, other things. So one thing that they identified early on in crowdfunding, falling asleep. Personally, I've never had trouble falling asleep. I can fall asleep at the drop of a hat, any hat. But let's see what they have to say here about falling asleep and their solution to that pain point, Modius sleep, where you're going to sleep better and a fear factor point without medication.
Modius Sleep is a drug-free solution designed to improve your sleep using pioneering non-invasive technology.
And here you have the first of the fear factors that they're going to ramp up for you. Don't use invasive stuff.
Modius Sleep actively stimulates the deep parts of the brain with a safe electrical pulse, helping you to fall asleep quicker and stay asleep longer.
So this is another one of those handy-dandy devices that you can get in crowdfunding that's supposed to shoot electricity into your brain. Gotcha.
Extensive research has shown using Modius Sleep for just 30 minutes before bed improves sleep quality, allowing you to wake up revitalized, refreshed, and ready to take on the day.
Now this is something I find really, really interesting. She says studies have shown and various other things that she says, which would indicate that somebody somewhere looked at this, actually used it, and then was able to come to a conclusion. But according to the wall of text, they're only in the prototype stage. Things that make you go,
Hi, my name is Dr. Jason McKeown, and I'm the founder and CEO of Modius. It's been 2 years since we launched our original Modius weight loss headset on Indiegogo, and we thank our thousands of backers for their faith in our pioneering work. Together, we've completed more than 500,000 Modius sessions and helped thousands of people reach their health goals, highlighting just how confident you can be in the Modius sleep technology.
Okay, this is a logical fallacy here. A does not necessarily equal B simply because they came from the same source. For instance, if both things were in crowdfunding hell, that I am a world-class jailer and a marvelous brain surgeon, well, that doesn't necessarily mean that one claim really makes the other one true, does it?
Modius Sleep is a breakthrough in sleep science that has the potential to completely transform your life.
Nothing like a grandiose claim to make you realize that this thing is going to change my life. You know what else can change your life? Not eating, not drinking, running around all day getting the proper rest and exercise. But again, it's the technology that was going to change your life. So let's go on.
I've had problems sleeping for a few years now. I tend to fall asleep very easily, but then I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I just can't get back to sleep.
So I always have had sleep issues, but even when I was a teenager, I was a night owl. That played into then doing shift work where you'd finish at 1 a.m. That's when your evening would start. So, we'd be like maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock before getting to sleep.
The headset's really easy to use. I found that it had a positive impact on my sleep. I definitely recommend Modius Sleep to anybody who's having problems with their sleep. It has really helped me with my sleep pattern and making me feel much more awake and ready for every day.
Well, the main benefits I got out of the Modius Sleep headset was better quality sleep, feeling much more refreshed when I woke up in the morning, feeling like I'd had a proper night's sleep. And then that fed through into a better general mood during the day.
Modius Sleep works by sending a safe electrical pulse into the vestibular nerve, influencing the areas of the hypothalamus and brainstem that control circadian rhythm and sleep patterns.
If anyone can prove the claim that is made here about the safety of firing an electrical current, no matter how low a voltage or amperage, into my brain, please tell me where I can find unbiased studies of this in the comments below.
Our aim is to help people avoid sedatives and sleeping pills, as they only mask the underlying problem and come with a host of nasty side effects.
Once again, a play at the fear factor by trying to get you to want to use this thing, which only exists, remember, in prototype form, over things that are tried, true, and actually exist and can be verified.
Unlike other sleep headsets that are limited to reading brainwave activity, Modius Sleep actively stimulates the key sleep neurons in the brain. Our research has shown that only 30 minutes of daily use significantly improves sleep, with the vast majority of users reporting a positive impact on their everyday life.
Again, he says everyday users for a device that only exists in prototype, right? How can there be everyday users? How can the studies be conducted? It's a conundrum, isn't it?
After 7 years of clinical research, we have now fully optimized the Modius technology to specifically help people improve their sleep. Back us today so you can be part of the global sleep revolution and help us bring a safe, drug-free solution to the millions of people who are in need of a great night's sleep.
Thanks for your support!
Now, Dr. McEwen does have a profile up here on Indiegogo that's related to this, not only this campaign, but to a prior campaign that they alluded to in the pitch video. And it should be painfully obvious from his accent that he is Irish. The company supposedly is in the United States, as you can see there. What do we make of that? I don't know. I'm probably just being paranoid. But do you know who else is, well, obviously Irish because of the accent? Every single one of the people that gave a testimonial in the pitch video. Try and deny it. They're all Irish. And I personally find that very fascinating, as well as kind of sexy. It's a great accent, isn't it? But let's take a look at that other campaign, the one that was successful, and see if we might be able to tease out a few things that we can look at and say, well, that is interesting. Well, here is that previous campaign they had, which is currently in demand on Indiegogo. And boy, did they pick up an awful lot of money from over 4,000 backers. Now, this particular campaign was supposed to make it easier to lose weight. Let's see what they were promising here.
My name is Jason McEwen. I'm a doctor, I'm a neuroscientist, and I'm the founder of Modius. And Modius is a healthcare technology company that has been set up to try and improve the lives of millions of people across the world. Modius is a device which gently stimulates a part of the brain known to control fat storage and metabolism and appetite. And the idea behind Modius is that if you wear the device for 60 minutes a day, it actually makes it easier for people to lose weight. So what we are trying to do is really help people improve their lives and make that journey to losing excess body fat easier.
I was attracted to Modius because it was something completely different. I have been using Modius for 10 weeks. I've lost 7 pounds, but the best thing for me is the fact that I've lost 2 inches from around my waist and I've gone down a dress size.
Over the period of 11 weeks, I've lost 23 pounds, which is brilliant.
It's assumed that struggling with weight is actually because of poor diet or not enough exercise or people not trying hard enough. But we know that this is actually an issue in the brain.
What attracted meeting Modius was the opportunity to try and lose a little bit of weight, but I wanted that weight to be fat loss and not for me to lose any muscle mass. I found that it really worked. Managed to lose 7 pounds in total over a short period of time of only 25 days. Just kept my regular routine of going to the gym, eating as healthy as I could, but working in the media, that's very, very difficult to do. So I was really pleased with the end result.
So whenever you look at our initial results in the lab, we were actually able to see a very significant reduction in body fat, as much as up to 16%.
Well, Modius Life has been like making a lot of new friends and becoming part of one big family.
It's like a community. So you've got yoga videos, you've got fitness videos, you've got cooking videos, and it's all great because you're part of a community.
We literally have thousands of users feeding back to us, and we're starting to see some really significant and compelling results. And that really fits with our vision, which is to help people, millions of people right across the world. So the big benefit with Modius is that you can buy it without a prescription. So for anyone who's wanting Modius right now, you can buy from modiushealth.com.
So that was the pitch video for that first campaign, which was obviously quite successful. That was a Modius weight loss device. Now, let's take a look and see. Yes, they did build their device and supposedly shipped it. Wonder what the comments were, because once again, we had nothing but people with Irish accents. Nothing against the Irish people. Every single one of them in both sets of videos, well, they sound really cool to me. But let's see what the actual comments on this first campaign were. Well, from the middle of November 2019, I had been using mine as directed, but saw zero change in my eating habits, level of appetite, and zero impact on weight. The company has great support and they reply to emails. I have no doubt they believe in the product, and perhaps for some it works. Sadly, it just didn't work for me. I got to admit that it took more than a full set of electrodes and a break-in usage, but at this point, I've been going for about 30 days without evening snacking, even with changes to my routine that ruin other efforts, like exercise or diet, I guess. If you travel often, you know, although my weight loss is minimal, this eliminated a huge barrier to my progress. I'm spending today beating another project up that is train wreck mode, and it's reminding me to give kudos where they are due. Thanks, Team Modius. Well, is it a success? Is it a failure? Or are we really looking at the placebo effect? It seems to be working because we believe it should be working. But maybe some other factors are also going into the effect. After all, in their own video, they showed people working out, watching their weight, trying to eat healthy, all things that we're always told we should do if we want to lose weight and be healthy. Well, you make up your own mind. They made their money. At least they're responding to the backers, but like an awful lot of things, I tend to wonder if it's working because we just believe it should be working, and we're trying to find reasons to point to that would indicate that maybe that's going to happen. Maybe that first comment has the right of it. And maybe that first comment will be repeated again when the Modius Sleep is finally shipped. After all, if it could really be done with a device, wouldn't there really be everybody using it? This has been a crowdfunding held observation.